this way again. I'm so excited because I loved it when I first started reading it around like 2 years ago, but I couldn't stay committed and kind of like stopped reading it around week 6. So this time I'm going to stay committed for the 12 weeks and hopefully it helps me get back into the creative flow. I actually kind of like stopped my art practice because of uni, but I'm graduating in like, this is my last week. So once that's done, I can do stuff again. I actually miss making art so much. I want to get back into my pottery and do a bit of like other stuff just for myself and not for the sake of like selling it or sharing it online, because journaling kind of turned into something that I just share online, and then pottery turned into something that I sell, and I realized that I want something that I can do for myself. So I want to get back into knitting or crocheting. I'm gonna start using a different journal. So I started my morning pages in a green journal that I made when I was traveling in Vietnam, but it's really thick and I used it before and I can't get rid of the pages. So I'm gonna restart in another journal that I had by like getting rid of the first part of it, and I want it to be thinner and something easier that I can carry around. Next week, my partner and I are going to stay at a tiny house, and I'm so excited because I feel like doing my morning pages there would be so fun. I actually went and got some yarn and knitting tools. What are they called? Anyways, I don't know. So I want to start knitting when we're at the tiny house and do my morning pages and just like read. I think by then I'll be in week 2. So I have to do my week 1 tasks. Yeah, that's all. I don't know what else to say. I realized that since I moved out of my mum's house, I haven't been going to parks like I used to. I would go out to the park near our house and there was a lake there and I would just sit there and watch the birds. I used to go skating. I used to try new things. I don't know what happened. I think like moving out made me become an adult really fast and I stopped doing things that give me joy. And now it's like I have to do things if it makes me earn money, or if it's for uni, or like somebody asked me to do it. I realize I barely do things for myself. So I think starting the artist way is gonna help me with that, and my creativity, of course, but also I think those two are connected. I am going to do some doodling, and when I was a kid, I used to draw like fairies and stuff. I would read a lot of books with fairies, and I would draw fairies and like make imaginary friends, like give them all names and personalities. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I miss that. I used to read books that were magical. There was a book called The Wishing Chair, and I loved it so much. They would travel in a little chair, like an armchair. Like, I think 2 kids were traveling together, and I really loved that. I also want to buy those childhood books again and like go back into that mindset of like where everything was magical and new. I look at rocks and I'm like, oh my god, that would be so cool to paint on, but what's the point of painting on a rock? I'm not a child anymore. I don't want to think that way. Like, I don't want to think about the point, because there is no point to anything. Like, I don't know, that thought kind of is really depressing, and I don't want to think that way. It hinders my creativity a lot. So I'm going to go back down, grab my camera, and then start drawing, because I don't feel comfortable leaving my camera all the way there while I'm up on this playground.